What's going on, guys? Hope you're all doing well. Now for today's video, I wanted to go over some of the new information that has just come out for the next Jurassic Park movie. So apparently Amblin and Universal have filed a bunch of patents related to merchandise and distribution for a property going under the title Jurassic World Rebirth. Now, a lot of people are under the impression that this is more than likely going to be the name for the new movie, and unless that canceled live-action TV series is about to get revealed, I think this is a pretty good guess. More on that later, but in regards to the title itself, I have a lot of thoughts, most of which have to do with the recent Jurassic World trilogy and how this new film and project in general could be trying to rectify a lot of what's come before.
Back to the theme.
So we got the news a while ago that this new project was going under the working title Jurassic City, but there was also some info that suggested the film would have been under the code name Jurassic Saga, both of which I find to be pretty lame, if I'm going to be really brutally honest with you guys. The first three Jurassic movies in this franchise went under the Park moniker, and for a while there, we were under the impression that this may be a prequel, this new movie. So a few fans were guessing whether or not they would bring back the Park in the title. You know, you had Jurassic Park, The Lost World Jurassic Park, and then Jurassic Park 3. Jurassic Park 3 is an admittedly weak title compared to some of the other stuff they were going to go with, like Breakout or Extinction, but they still go pretty well as far as flowing goes. This Jurassic World Rebirth is the fourth one in the Jurassic World side of the series, but it does look like it's tying back into the older Park stuff, at least on face value. So, you know, it links up with the news we got a while ago that David Koepp had to have been working on this thing for a long while, and I'm gonna guess he's been working on this ever since Jurassic World Dominion myself, because they tried to bring him onto that, and that did not work out well at all. There was like 7 or 8 people on that movie, so calling this Rebirth makes sense. And look, Rebirth will more than likely have something to do with the plot of the movie as well, maybe with cloning new species or breeds of dinosaurs, while also being a subtle nod to this film trying to be a new era of sorts for the Jurassic Park series, which is what Frank Marshall has mentioned before in the past. Whatever it ends up being, I just hope it turns out more like A New Hope and less like Friday the 13th, A New Beginning, if you know what I mean. I mean, let's try to actually be good here. But anyways,
well, if that's the way you feel.
Rebirth is also a curious title because of all of the old school stuff we saw just a few weeks ago. Old engine logos and even equipment that looks straight out of Isla Sorna. If anything, the vibe of this movie has given me more Lost World feels as far as the Thailand stuff was concerned. And while it's not going back to the Park title like a lot of people would have liked it to, I guess this really is something of a rebirth of the old school Jurassic Park stuff that fans have really been clamoring for. Now look, Jurassic World Dominion ended with dinosaurs all over the world and not really changing much from where Fallen Kingdom left off. That movie gave the impression that dinosaurs and man were going to be fighting for survival in a Planet of the Apes or A Quiet Place way that just simply never materialized in the last movie. So Jurassic World Rebirth could also be some kind of new arrival of dinosaurs that kind of does justice to the ideas of a Jurassic World in the vein of the older Jurassic Park movies as a continuation. If you get what I'm trying to say here, they're calling it Jurassic World Rebirth, I think, to like breathe new life into a series that has waned off and become redundant and not what it was supposed to be. Now, if this is not related to the next movie, which I honestly think it is, don't forget, guys, that years ago, we got info that Universal was actually trying to develop a new live-action TV series for Jurassic World. Jurassic World had kind of given everyone the impression that dinosaurs all over the world was going to be a big thing 5 or 6 years ago, and if that show wasn't intended to be set in a theme park, a lot of people thought it would be like a dino wrangling mission focused series, or maybe like the X-Files where there's a different species each episode. You know, they would hunt down new species and try to round them up post Fallen Kingdom. Now look, I don't really know if that television series is even still in the works, because after Camp Cretaceous, things kind of radically changed for the Jurassic World brand. But if it is still trying to get off the ground, I guess this Rebirth title could be what that turned into. But honestly, I don't think that's what happened. The only reason I'm even bringing this up is because there are some people that think think that Jurassic World Rebirth is not connected to the new movie, and it could be something else entirely that they're working on behind the scenes. And this TV show they never made is the most logical thing that I think that could be. But like I said, I think this is the movie. I think Jurassic World Rebirth is the next entry in the Jurassic Park series. I think the title gives us a little bit of an idea on what to expect, with David Koepp coming back to write in order to save the Jurassic World idea of this brand through some sort of revival or soft reboot that keeps all the previous films in canon, but also helps elevate the material with the implementation of older engine ideas and maybe even classic Jurassic Park stuff. We can already see this happening with the jungle locale, the Mayan ruin looking sets, and the incorporation of Scarlett Johansson, who is definitely a solid actress, known for some really cool action and drama driven roles. I'm guessing David Koepp is going to write her character more in the vein of Dr. Sarah Harding from the Lost World Jurassic Park, or maybe even Ellie Sattler from the first movie, while also giving fans a rebirth of the whole Jurassic World idea on a global scale, with new ideas that will hopefully make this whole thing awesome for everyone. So look, one thing I want to mention, you guys, I have an unpopular opinion about Scarlett's work, and I'm not so sure how this will really translate over into the next Jurassic World movie, but stay with me here. I actually thought the live action film she did for Ghost in the Shell was really cool, and while it was more Blade Runner level sci-fi, I kind of felt like that was more serious, believable, and dramatic than what Jurassic World as a trilogy did with some of their hologram technology and advanced sci-fi equipment. I believe it more in Ghost in the Shell than I do Jurassic Park, and if this new Jurassic World movie is going to use that kind of equipment, you get where I'm going with this. I'm not saying that this new movie will have anything like that, but Scarlett in a science fiction universe can actually do really good with proper direction, and with Gareth Edwards' work on The Creator being kind of a balance between a Jurassic Park environment and the more futuristic stuff like we saw in Ghost in the Shell or a Blade Runner, this could be one seriously cool Jurassic movie, and I think it'll be more serious, more grounded, and hopefully more interesting than what we saw lately with the later Jurassic World stuff. But hey, those are all just my own thoughts and opinions. Jurassic World Rebirth is more than likely going to be the title of the movie. I know there's some people saying otherwise, and to be honest with you, what we heard about Jurassic City and Jurassic Saga, it is confusing, I'm not gonna lie, guys. But yeah, with that being said, I really want to kick the question to you and ask you all what you think about the title. Does Rebirth have anything to do with dinosaurs in general? Are they like overpopulating the planet now? Is it turning back into a literal Jurassic World? Or is this also like a tongue-in-cheek way of saying, hey, we know we kind of went off the rails there with some of the Jurassic World stuff before, so this is a rebirth of the Jurassic Park brand? Whatever your own thoughts and opinions happen to be, I'd love to hear all about them in the comments down below. Now, before I go, I want to thank everyone that's helped me build my channel over the years. I'd also like to thank every one of you guys who've watched my stuff. You've all been extremely cool to me. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate a like and hope that you'll consider subscribing. God bless you all. Christ is King. See you guys in the next video, and as always, take it easy.